Hi guys, we'll just work our way through the ones that have got a raised hand. So we'll start with Sammy. When you go, Sammy.
Hi Dean. Just an assessment of how you saw the game today, please.
I thought it was a really untidy game, if I'm honest. I don't think the team controlled it. I was disappointed with our performance on the ball. I thought we started the game really well, pressing and playing in their half. But our use of the ball wasn't to its normal standards. But then again, I don't think Tottenham's was as well, and it became a really scrappy first half. We won it, we give it them back. We won it again, we give it them back. They won it, they give it us back, and it was that kind of game. And unfortunately, a little bit stressed and midway through the first half, and they got their goal at that period. Second half, I thought we started the second half really well. We talked about switching play a lot quicker, and I thought we got our just rewards with a well-worked goal. But sometimes games change on players, and today they had the outstanding player on the pitch in Son, who for me won a game for them.
John, on you go, please.
Hi, Dean. I was just going to say, how frustrating was it to get yourselves back in the game, and then 3 minutes later concede again from a position where you probably thought, we can, without playing at our best, we might go on and get, win the game today.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I think we had good possession of the ball, and John McGinn may have slipped and we lost the ball again. And, we were very aggressive in how we wanted to play and press, and unfortunately, I think they created a ball down the side where Esri's still going forwards. And, Son 1v1 with Courtney, set the goal up. And as I say, sometimes you have to tip your hat to the outstanding player on the day. And I thought the only difference between the two teams today was Son.
Holly, on you go, please.
Hi, Dean. I was just wondering what the defensive changes were between today and last weekend.
Changes were last week. Him was playing against Ronaldo, Mason Greenwood, and Fernandes and Pogba. And this week it was Mora, Kane, Son, and Dombele, and the Celso coming on late on. And they've all got different qualities, and Son's biggest quality is going behind. He's got the pace to hurt you, but he's also got great feet, and along with that, they've got Harry Kane as well. So we had an awful lot to deal with, but we still felt that, our back three with Douglas Luiz were good enough to cope with that. I thought, as I say, the game was too scrappy. That was the disappointing thing. We didn't do enough with our possession. I don't think they probably done enough with theirs either.
Ashley, on you go. When you're ready.
Hi, Dean.
Hello.
I've seen Aaron Danks turn away quite frustrated with failing to slip forwards. Ings and Watkins at the moment, the partnership, they're still working on that, aren't they?
Sorry, disappointed with?
Villa failing to hit the strikers sooner. Is there a concern there between the partnerships? It's still early, isn't it, between them?
Yeah, no, I've got no concerns. I mean, Danny's scored goals already. Ollie's got his first today. They've been creating chances. They've worked as hard as anything again. Broke things down when Tottenham had the ball. We're playing against top teams at the moment. We're just playing Chelsea, Man United, Everton, and now Tottenham. You're going to come up against good players. But we believe that we've got good players as well. And, no frustration. I felt in the final third, our final ball wasn't good enough. Cash's got into some really good areas, and final ball weren't quite there. JJ as well in the second half, and that final pass to set somebody up wasn't quite there today.
7 games in now, you bang in the middle 10 for me. Is that about par for you? Summing up the first little minute cluster of games.
We're in different starts, and we spoke about reasons about that, and we're really pleased with the last 4 games. Won 2 and lost 2, but our performances against both Chelsea and Tottenham have probably deserved more. There's certainly not been much between ourselves, Chelsea and Tottenham, and we're still growing. We're still feel there's an awful lot more to come from us, and they aren't playing on foreign, certainly on all cylinders just yet.
Just last one for me, Dean. Just what's the plans for next week? And get some minutes into some players' legs at all in some games, or?
We've got a 21s game against Burton in the EFL Trophy, so a couple of players will play in that. But we've got 11 players going away on international duty, so we've got really small numbers at the training ground, and we'll make sure they're ticking over and getting prepared for Wolves.
Cheers, Dean.
Yes, thank you.
Matt, on you, please.
Dean, obviously, Ollie had to wait a while for his first goal of the season. What will that do for him today? Because you've said before how he beats himself a bit when he doesn't score. So hopefully he can kick on there.
Yeah, no, he's been frustrated with some of the chances that he hasn't taken over the last few weeks. Missed the start of the season, obviously, with injury. And that goal will do him the world of good. It will rid him of his frustrations, but he'll be disappointed that he's on the losing team. As I say, there wasn't an awful lot between the two teams today.
And just on the international break, I know you touched on it on Friday before it was announced, but are you happy with what's been set up for the players going to red list countries and with the agreements in the Premier League and the government?
Happy, no. I wanted better solutions, but as I say, it's a real difficult situation involving football associations and governments. So if that's what they've come up with, we have to deal with it. And the one thing we will have is players, all back ready to play against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Obviously, some with less time to prepare than others, but we will have them back this time.
What solution would you have preferred? Then you said you wanted a better solution. What would have been your preference?
Listen, we're keeping players in. Players are going from bubbles to bubbles, and 10 days isolation is an awful long time to be away from their families. I'm sure if they've had 2 or 3 PCR tests, then surely they should be allowed back to their families after 5 days. Or just 10 days in isolation for them. It's a really big ask, but they're having to do it because they want to play for the international countries, but they also want to play club football as well. They know what they've signed up for, and sometimes you have to accept it. But I felt that 5 days would have, for me, probably been a better proposition.
Thanks, Dean.
Thanks all.
Cheers.